Alright, so continuing on with our estimating square roots, we're going to use a table to estimate this irrational number. And so we're going to go to the hundredth. The idea is the same. We're going to start, our first step is to determine what two perfect squares in this case the square root of 33 lies between. So when I think of my perfect squares, right, we start with 1, then we have 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49. Okay, well, we're looking for 33, which lies between 25 and 36. So 25 is equal to our 5 squared, and 36 is equal to 6 squared. And so how we set up the table, then we set up our nice little table. I'm going to make them, not that they're going to look nice either way, I'm going to make it come out. Alright. And our top is going to be the x value, and our bottom is going to be x squared. And so I look at this and I ask myself, is this going to be closer to 5? So is it closer to the 25 or the 36? When I think about it, it is only 3 away from 36, right? But it is 8 away from 5. So it is closer to the 36. And since it's closer to 36, I'm just going to start at 5.5. I could go from 5 to 6 in this table. Perfectly fine. But I know it lies closer because, again, 36 minus 33 equals 3, whereas 33 minus 25, we had 13, so that's 8. So this one is closer. So we're going to start at the halfway point. 5.5 is halfway between 5 and 6. So we have 5.5, we'll have 5.6, 5.7, 5.8, 5.9, and then 6.0, which we know is 36. So the top numbers are very similar to when we had the number line and the numbers I was writing at the bottom. The bottom numbers are what go into the square root. So I'm going to take 5.5 and I'm going to square it because that's what it says. It says take x, and then square it. So I'm going to take 5.5 and I'm going to square that. So I get 30.25. And then I'm going to take 5.6 and I'm going to square that. And I get 31.36. And I'm going to take 5.7 and I'm going to square that. And I get 32.49. I'm going to take 5.8 and I'm going to square that one. And I'm going to get 33.64. And I'm going to take 5.9 and I'm going to square that. And I'm going to get 34.81. So that's my first table. So then what I have to ask myself is, which two of these numbers on the bottom, which two of our numbers on the bottom do we fall between? And so since we're looking for 33, it's going to be between 32.49 and 33.64, which means we lie between the 5.7 and the 5.8. So right now I know that I am between 5.7, 5.8, but that's the nearest tenth. I need to find the nearest hundredth. And so from here, I just have to decide, well, which one's closer? So now I'm going to, okay, so step 2 was make a table using number one info, right? Step 3 is we determine which two numbers the square root of 33 lies between on our table, and then step 4, we're going to make another table. Make second table. So on my second table, I probably should have gone bigger than that. We're still doing x and x squared. That was actually a pretty good line. Proud of myself there. Alright, so now I have to decide what half. Am I closer to 5.7 or 5.8? So I'm going to figure that out by taking 33 minus 32.49. And that one gives me 0.51. And then I'm going to do 33.64 minus 33, right? So 33.64 minus 33, which would leave us with 0.64. So which one are we closer to? We're closer to the 5.7, right? So since we're closer to 5.7, I'm going to start with 5.7. And we'll go 5.8. Oops, wrong. Oh, I lost my perfect line. 5.7, 0, and then 5.71. Helps if I write the correct number. 5.72. 5.73, 5.74, and then we're going to squeeze it in here. Oops, I got 7 on the brain. 5.75, because we're in the first half, so I know I lie between 5.70 and 5.75. And so then we're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to take these numbers in the top. I already know that 5.70 is 32.49. I'm going to take 5.71 and I'm going to square that number, and I get 32.6041. I'm going to take 5.72 and I will square that, and we will get 32.7184. And then we're going to take 5.73. We'll square that number, and we get 32.8329. 8329. And then we're going to take 5.74 and square it. I know it's just the same step over and over again. 32.9476. 9476. And then our last one, 5.75 squared, and we get 33. Oh, it went away. 33.0625. All right. So I know that we fall between these two, because here we are at 32.9476 and here we are at 33. So 33 lies in between those two numbers. And so to know which one I round to, I just round to the one that's closer, right? So I'm going to take 33 minus 32.9476. And so when I take that difference, I get 0.0524. And when I subtract from here, I get 0.0625. And so the closest one would be the fact that the square root of 33 is approximately 5.74. Because it is closer to 5.74 than it is to 5.75. So that is how we use a number line, or not a number line, a table to estimate to the nearest hundredth. The first part was to the nearest tenth, and then we just take it. If I wanted to find to the nearest thousandths, I would just make a whole nother table using this same thought. So we have one last example. In your booth, there is a square table. The table has an area of 26 feet squared, and you want to hang a table skirt along the edge of the table. Approximately how long must the skirt be to wrap around the perimeter of the table? So we know the area. We have a square. Remember, a square. And to find the area of a square, that would be our side squared. So I first need to find area, or the side length. So I'm going to take 26 is equal to the side squared. And so to find my area, I'm going to just take the square root of both sides. So then I have to approximate what the square root of 26 approximately is. Well, 26, if we think of it, we have 25 and 36, right? So it's closer to 5. So we know we're at 5 point something, and it's really close to 25, so I'm going to guess 5.1. And we could check by taking 5.1 squared, and we get 26.01. So that's a pretty close estimate right there. So we're going to go with 5.01 as our estimation. Now, that is a side length. So that is our approximate side length. So now to find perimeter, perimeter would be the distance around, right? So that would be the same as 4 times our side length. So to find our perimeter, we're going to take 4 times the square root of 26, which in our case is going to be 4 times 5.1. And 4 times 5.1 will give us approximately 20.4 feet of skirt in order to wrap. And so if I check and I take 4 times the square root of 26, I end up getting 20.39, which rounds to 20.4. So we did a great estimation, and that's what it comes down to. So again, I just thought, what are we closer to? And then what is it really close to get my decimal in order to estimate, or in order to do my square root. And that is it for estimating irrational numbers. Until next time.